Alright, hello everybody. We're back out here. It's my day off. It's about 60 degrees, so that means let's go for a ride. And I think it's about time to do this 1,000-mile review on this bike. We got the front camera rocking again. If you can see it, it's kind of tilted. I'm going to try out something new again. Everyone's got the front camera, so maybe that's what you want to see. But we're going to try and do a 1,000-mile review on this, so we're going to get this somewhere, try and get this somewhere quiet. In all honesty, I'm probably going to ride for a minute first to let the bike warm up some, just because I feel like it, before I shut it down immediately somewhere. But let's get cruising and you'll see a 1,000-mile review. Alright, let's do this 1,000-mile review on the Benelli Trk 502, why don't you? I figured I'd get kind of smart. Hopefully this is working. Grab my tripod and we'll use the other camera and still use audio from my one that you see on my chin. So we got the Benelli Trk 502 street version here. This is a street version. They do have an X version as well that would come with spoked rims instead of these cast rims. So they come with spoke rims. I think they're taller too, like bigger rims. Your exhaust would be mounted up higher, up on the X, up more like here. Tubed tires. These are tubeless in the street version. So this review could be all over the place because that's the type of person I am. I don't have a script. I'm not going to go and post later on in editing and add a vocal track to this. I do the same thing with my writing because I'm raw and real, and I have wind noise in mind, but I kind of don't like the digitized sound of what a lot of people use, like separate mics or do their vocals in post. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So this is going to be my 5,000-mile review on this bike, or 1,000-mile review on this bike. I bought it used last season, just for the end of the season, so I haven't put a lot on myself, but I put on about 1,000 miles myself. I got it with about 8,200 miles. I'm just a tick under 9. Let me get my keys first, eh? Just a tick under 9,000 miles. We'll see here in a second. So if you can see that in the camera, we're at 89.95. So by the end of this week, I'll definitely have the 1,000 miles that I was talking about. So I'm also not a spec wizard, so I don't know the exact specs, or might tell you the wrong specs or whatever like that. And another thing that kind of doesn't matter to me. It's just how the bike feels. So whatever feels good to you, like, is what is right. Who cares about all the specs? I come from a time back in the 80s when car companies were lying about all their specs anyway. And don't listen to me. Don't listen to any other motor vloggers. Listen to everyone and get your own opinions. Whatever's comfortable for you, do it. Like, for example, we'll even show you later on, like, my clutch. I'll show you when we first take off, but my clutch, my friction point is like right there. So people saying, oh, you have to use 4 fingers, or you have to use 2 fingers to use your clutch, forget it. Do whatever's comfortable for you. Oh yeah, forgot to show you the clutch action. So, like, we're looking at this. I'm moving forward. Do you think I can get my fingers in between there? No. So, do what's comfortable for you. Yes, there may be some adjustments that could be done to the clutch probably, but guess what? That's the way I learned how to do it, and it works for me. Once again, we're off topic. So 502 here. Currently, you saw it's got about 9,000 miles on it. I've put about 1,000 miles on myself. As far as overall feel of this thing, it's pretty great. It rides really well. It holds the line wherever you're going. And it's windy out, so like I said, this thing holds the line, no problem. Make sure there's no one next to me as I'm, because this increases right there. Like, a lot of times you get sucked right onto that curb. you're not paying attention. With that being said, too, like it's got some Pirelli Scorpion Trail tires on it. In my opinion, in the past, I have not liked Pirelli tires. I'm not a professional by any means or anything. Like I could be completely tucking on my ass, but in my opinion, it's almost like the temperatures or the conditions need to be perfect for those tires. Like I had them on my T-Max, and that was the bike that I had that handled the best and I had the most confidence in, but they still felt like if it was cold, they're real hard. So if it's cold, they're real hard. And I had the Pirellis on my Zero as well, same thing. Those were probably because they were old tires, but I didn't like those. But these ones, these are good tires. And then as far as it's 502, 498 cc. It's about 47 horsepower. I don't know exact seat height. I don't know if I'll be able to get on here while we're doing this to show you, but I am about 5'8", 32-inch inseam or so. Can I do this while I'm holding the camera and everything without knocking my bike over? So if we were to sit here, I don't know if we can see this, but I'm like kind of a little bit on my toes. The fuller the tank of gas that it is, the harder it is to get off the kickstand for me. Like I sat on an Ibex 800, I couldn't even get off the kickstand. And then as far as features, it was used when I bought it, so some of the stuff was already on here, but this person stuck on some fog light action on there. They're bright as all shit, so after riding with it a couple nights, I just changed it over to me just riding on the daytime, and then you might see those jangly ass zip ties. I think I'm gonna lose it again on this ride. But I went on a ride and I came home, went out of the garage to come back out to pull it back in the garage, and the light was just dangling there. I didn't hit anything, it just fell off. It also used to come with the GPS, so all those are tied into one of these switches. These switches on the top, right here, are going to be your accessory switches. There's nothing hooked up to them when you get the bike, but if you want to, they're already there. Then you get your normal motorcycle controls. We won't go over that. We got the brights, the turn signals, whatever, the horn, the bright. It's got a little brights flash here. You got your on-off switch and your starter over there. That type of doodad. So normal motorcycle controls. As far as brakes are concerned, that could be depending on who you are. You're either going to say they're garbage, or these brakes might be good for definitely learning how to modulate them and progressive braking, that type of stuff. The front brake, for example, definitely, like it is certainly strong, really strong if you know how to use it. The rear brake is kind of, admittedly, is kind of shit. And I've actually heard that from other reviews, other people as well, so it's not just me. I thought it was just me because when I first got this, I was having lots of issues with the rear brake actually locking up. I'd be driving down the road and then it would stall or I couldn't go forward. That kind of deal. So ended up changing out the caliper and the pads, which is actually a different color caliper than was on there from the first place. So I wonder if it's even, like, I wonder if they even took the Leoncino caliper and stuck it on here instead of the 502 because it's black now, not silver. But either way, it sucks. And then I can't even see this brake fluid, whether it has any brake fluid in there or not. I'm gonna have to really investigate that further, but I don't want to start pouring a bunch of brake fluid in there and have too much fluid. The sound of it is pretty nice. And as I said, the controls are great. This one came with these bags already on here, so I got some luggage racks. I would prefer to get a trunk mount and take these off so it's not as wide. And just because I like the look of it better, kind of. I mean, this looks fine, but this bag that we're staring at, like a Mountain Dew bottle, was kind of half open and spilled in there. So it smells like absolute rotten, deaf ass in there, and it has. So another thing I'm gonna have to look about cleaning. I don't like to clean my things, including like all my gear. I gotta clean. It's kind of nasty, but It doesn't stink, but I've never cleaned it. I mean, I assure you it doesn't stink, except for right after I get done writing. But then we got your radiator and everything down there. Got your cool little badging. It comes with these hand guards already on there. LED lighting. Pretty not so bad. So overall, it's we're not going to go into too much history here, but Benelli is an Italian company. Used to be a company long ago. Had some real sweet bikes back in the day. Then they kind of went down under. Were gone for a while. Another company bought them. And then they kind of got bought out again, I think, by a larger company. Bought all of them. I don't know if it's Guangzhou or what exactly it's called, but a parent company in China owns all of them. So it's one of those situations where Italian designed, made, and not made, but they're Italian products made in China thing. But as you see with everything going on, popular with CF Moto and all that stuff, 90% of road bikes are at least partially assembled in China anyway, so stop crying about it. Not to mention, at least with my scooter is concerned, it's like, I mean, why wouldn't I want to get something from a country that everybody rides scooters? But anyway, that other scooter I have, off topic, is Keyway Silverblade is another one it's basically the exact same bike. So there's I can't remember the name of it, but there are some bikes that are the same thing or almost exactly like this, but it's kind of like the Chinese variant. And then we have the 702 and the 702X are already out in most of your countries. Not by me though, so we'll just waiting patiently for them to show up in the US and waiting patiently for Benelli to release a like 500cc scooter or something like that. I'm going to be all over it. But this is kind of the review of this doodad, Benelli 502. So hopefully you guys got some information out of this. Like I said, it's all over the place. I don't have a script, but around the 32-inch seat height. I'm tippy-toed, 5'8", 47 horsepower, 498cc. Rides beautiful. The controls work. I guess I didn't say, but all the controls are all, you're not going to be able to see now, but the controls are backlit. You can kind of see. Maybe if I put my hand over there, but all of these controls glow blue like that, including, this is awesome, the guy whoever wired these headlights up and stuff wired that up the same. So this auxiliary switch that was totally put on there afterwards, that also glows blue too. So whoever owned this bike before, hats off to you for doing that. Even though now that the fog light's janky, I'm probably gonna take all that shit off. But that was a nice, really nice added touch to have that blue matching. So that was gonna be our review. So thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we will see you all later.